Do you like money? Man, I like money. How about time? You like that time? I love time. I'm going to tell you how to save both with budgeting, baby. All right, so now before we do that, I want to back you up and I want to talk about episodes 7 and 8 before we get into episode 9, right? In episode 7, we talked about the base week. The base week is you controlling your time instead of your time controlling you. That is huge, baby, right? And then we moved into prospecting. And I said it doesn't matter if you own a pizza company, if you've got a salon, if you've got a real estate company, it doesn't matter. You have to go out and find those clients. They are not going to come and find you. You have to own it, right? So I talked about controlling that time, building that plan, and then implementing throughout that cycle that we talked about, right? Now we're going to add the third part of it, which is that budgeting, right? And let's go to this first bullet. You were putting dollars to activities and stuff, okay? So it's a lot like a personal budget, right? So you've got your mortgage, you've got your car loan, you've got all the costs that come along with the kids, man. If you got kids, you're probably broke out there. You've got bills, right? Your utility bills, stuff like that. You've got all the different things that take money out of your budget. And then on top of that, because you don't just take it out, you got to take it out of something, right? You've got your income added to that. So what I'm saying is we're going to do the same thing for a business budget, okay? So we're focused on activities and stuff. Here are a couple of examples of things that I look at when I'm building my personal business budget, all right? So you've got a lot of things to look at. Here's just a couple ideas to spark those thoughts in your mind. When it comes to activities, I put down prospecting and marketing. Have you ever sat in your office, right? And somebody walks in, I remember this, man. I'd be sitting there and all of a sudden, billboard guy comes in. Hey, my name's John. I'd like to sell you some billboards. And he's got the best pitch in the world for why you need a billboard today. And you're like, man, that sounds like a pretty good pitch. I should buy that billboard. And then you'll talk to somebody a week later and they're like, I got a billboard from John. And you're like, really, what is that tied to? Do you have other marketing that goes along with that? Are you cross-marketing? Is that built into your strategy online and your mailings? And no, I guess I didn't think about that. And it's like, man, why would you put that money into something unless you've planned for it, you've researched it, you know it works, you've bought into it. Now, I'm not saying I'm anti-billboard or pro-billboard. I am saying that should be planned out ahead of the year, and you should be executing as your plan says, right? You've got CEO Joe in December building out what that year looks like, and then you've got employee Joe executing every single day, okay? So those are a couple examples of you saving time and money. You're not just gonna get a billboard because somebody says, and you're not just gonna sit down with Billboard John because he walked in and wants your time. You're gonna say, John, I'm sure you've got an excellent idea. I would love to sit down in December and talk about those things, and then we can talk about the budgeting I've got moving forward, and we can build a plan. Thanks, John. Bam, you just saved a ton of time, a ton of money. And if John is serious, if John has a real pitch that really matters and is really going to make sense for you, I tell you, he's going to be back in December, right? So now let's move on to a couple examples of stuff, all right? We've got wardrobe and office supplies. Everybody needs that wardrobe, and everybody needs office supplies. What I am recommending to you is that you do not let that stuff just pop up. You should plan for it, right? Don't let yourself go out and buy a $50 to $100 shirt because, man, that shirt looked great on me. Go out and buy that shirt because you planned a wardrobe budget and you said, I need X amount of dollars to get through this year and look sharp in front of my clients, right? And then you go out and you buy what it is your budget allows. That is you saving time and money and focusing on your goals instead of making impulse decisions, right? Let's move on to the next bullet. So we've got all our expenses. Now we're going to focus on income, and we're going to take the income from our prospecting goals. So you're not taking this necessarily from last year unless you're looking at your prospecting goals. I'm saying you're not looking at your income last year. You're looking at your prospecting goals. If you've done what I recommended in the last episode, you tracked all the prospecting you did. You know how many dollars per hour you make in every area of prospecting that you do. And it is extremely easy for you now to project, if I'm willing to put in X amount of hours into this, X amount of hours into this, and X amount of hours into this, I am going to make this much money because my tracker tells me so, right? You've built the answer to all your questions. So you can take the income that you've projected from that prospecting tracker, those prospecting goals, you put that at the top, you subtract the dollars that you're taking out for all of your expenses, and bam, you've got a net income at the bottom, right? Hopefully it's positive. All right, so that's what I'm suggesting for you. Now, I really strongly suggest using Excel. I think Excel is phenomenal. It's really easy to manipulate and everybody's pretty comfortable with it. And if you're not, or you just want to not recreate the wheel, use me, baby. I've got one, I made it. I am an absolute Excel nerd. Email me, Facebook me, whatever you want to do, put it in the comments, I don't care. I will send you what I've got. It's nothing fancy, but it works. It's easy, man. So just let me know. I'll get it to you. And bam, you've got a solution for all your problems, right? Now let's talk about the last bullet. This is what we talk about in our weekly meeting. This is weekly, baby. This is not monthly. This is not quarterly. This isn't at the end of the year. I want to know every single week, am I spending what I need to spend? Am I making what I need to make? If I'm not, I need to up my activity. I need to lower my spending. Maybe I need to up my spending. That will tell me, right? Your budget is going to tell you exactly what you need to do. So you not only need to track it, but you need to know it. And the know it is that meeting that you have, right? That is the ability. And maybe you don't have anybody working with you, no staff. That's fine. You need to set time aside in that base week, right? Because you're controlling your time to sit and look at your tracker so that you know your weekly net income. I'm supposed to make X amount of dollars. I was 100 under. Now you know you better do a little bit more next week because you got to make next week's money plus you got to make that $100 up from last week. So hey, again, the third step here is budgeting. Next time we talk in episode 10, we're going to wrap all these things together and talk about how it can explode your business, baby. Have an awesome day.